What's up, y'all? My name is Chris Taylor, and we are back with another ill conversation. Today, we have FJE Doug. FJE Doug is a rapper from Cincinnati. I had the pleasure of meeting this guy back in the day. Was it back? I think it was March when he posted the first ever Illosophical open mic night.
March last year.
Yeah, March, something like that, dude. It was a great time. I didn't know Doug at the time. But we're gonna cut to this camera now because now you guys can see Doug. This is FJE Doug. What's good, Doug?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. I'm glad you pulled up today, dog. It's
Yes,
been
sir.
this has been in the making. I know we talked about doing this back in October when we had that show at my crib. And I'm glad we actually had it actually come to fruition now, which is really cool. So let's take it back all the way to the very first open mic, dog. What were your feelings like? How did you feel when you posted that first open mic? Because I'll let you talk about how you feel, and I'm gonna kind of tell the story because that story is hella funny to me.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really know what to expect. I think that was my first open mic night. Ever.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was like my first one ever. I had performed before, but I think during I performed when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I had never really. I think the last time I performed was like my senior year at school or something.
Oh shit.
So. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was just, trying to go in and, make it, do my best, make it a good time and, try to, really, network and, all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's not telling the full story, y'all. This man literally shut down the fucking building. So how Doug pulled up, it was, I forget what time it was, right? Doug pulled up. He was like, hey, can I still sign for the open mic? We're like, yeah, cool. That's cool. Yeah, you can still sign for the open mic. He said, I just got off work. I'm going to come back. High key, I didn't think you would come back, dog. I didn't because I was like, all right, this happens a lot. People say they're gonna pull up and then they don't pull up, right? So maybe it was like 20 minutes before your set, Doug pulled back up, which is awesome. And then you played 3 songs. I think the first 2 songs were cool, but then you got to the last one.
Come on.
I gotta get back to you. Like, come on, bro. Literally, like that energy, dog, is like it's something about when you captivate a room and the energy is just like swirling in there. You can feel it, but like. That was the peak of the show, bro, and that shit was amazing to see. And then you pulled up to the other 2, and it's been awesome. And you also performed 2 of my shows, which was cool. So, like, seeing your growth as an artist has been really cool. So can you speak about, like, just being an artist and, like, that very first initial step from you being an artist, like, making your very first song to now? What are some of the things that you think have, like, really well let me say this, what are some things that from when you started making music, right, that from making music now, what are some things that you found out about yourself that you didn't know about yourself that you now know about yourself, if that makes any sense?
I definitely been just trying to take away. I appreciate what you said. I definitely been trying to take away, like, every time every performance, just try to take away positives, see where I can get better. But I don't know, I think I just learned, like, I'm more of like a shy, reserved person. And so I think one thing I just learned is, like, really learning how to navigate stepping out of my comfort zone more, like, especially when it comes to performing.
Yeah, for sure.
Just being more, like, controlling my energy, just trying to, embrace the the tension of performing, like the butterflies, you get the jitteriness.
Yeah.
Like, really just trying to, because I feel like, it could be overwhelming.
For sure, bro. You're rapping, people are looking at you,
people,
and like
strangers.
Yeah, dog, people that you don't know. It's like, damn, are they actually going to like my music or not? And like, you have that self-belief, and like, I like my music, but it's also different when you're playing your music for other people. And like, dang, are they actually going to respond in the way that I want them to respond?
Right.
So like, that's the thing I don't think that people really think about when like people are performing. Just that, like, for one, being vulnerable enough to put yourself in that position to fail, because it's very easy to fail.
Facts.
But then like also succeeding at that is another thing, and then going back at it time and time again and improving. That's a really big thing, I feel like.
Yeah. And so, I think, like, just the more I perform, like, really just learning that about myself, like, man, like, I do be hella nervous when I get up here. It's like, man, all right, let me, really tap into this and, how can I get better at just being more comfortable, making sure the crowd is comfortable, like, really working on my stage presence. And, like I said, just trying to take away every, learn and absorb everything I can every time I step on the stage. And, because it's really like practice, like,
really is.
all those open mics and performances, like, just practice. And, like, I haven't really been doing it as much as I need to, but like rehearsing before the open mics, that's what I really want to get into. But
Yeah.
I mean, still, like, even when at the open mic, still It's just like
Yeah.
a rehearsal, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
kind of.
there's a quote that said what's it like, there's no such thing as luck. It's like when opportunity and preparation meets itself. That's
Yeah,
when
yeah,
that's not luck. It's just you were prepared for that
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
And that's what those open mics are a lot of times. I feel like you're just preparing for that moment. So when, like
Facts.
when you have a show, it's like I've done this X amount of times. So this isn't
Facts.
anything new. It is new. It might be a new venue, new crowd, but like
Yeah.
I performed these songs before and I know my music is good, so let me just go out here and do what I want to do. So
Facts.
yeah, and also, Clay always says, you don't grow being comfortable. You
Facts.
grow being uncomfortable. So putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, and then that's why I really feel like you're in a really creative space when you're in a space where you've never been there before. And now you got to somehow maneuver in that new space and figure out what's going on. And you sometimes find out some stuff about yourself that you never knew you had. So that's really cool.
No, facts. No, that's very true. And yeah, I feel like every time like I'm not. I feel like anytime I'm performing, I'm never like comfortable, and so I think that's one thing I really like about it.
Yeah.
It's like it's because it's a different type of feeling. Like like I said, it's like the nerves, everything is just so like, and it's like dang, like it's something about that that's like I feel like that's why a lot of like entertainers really love like kind of being in crowds and stuff like that because it's like it's very uncomfortable and it's like something that you have to like you said the experience is a big factor too because it's like the more you do it the more comfortable you feel, so I think that's important.
For sure. Hell yeah. So FJE Doug, the origin story, we talked about a little bit on the Q&A, but can you dive deep into like your very first time making music and how that journey kind of began?
Yep. So I made my first song when I was in 4th grade. I went to Taft Elementary.
Oh, nice.
And I was doing like the Boys and Girls Club after school. Like me and my siblings would go there, during the week. And this guy had came in. He was with the Nation of Islam. His name was Mike X. And he came in and he was just like, I'm gonna do a what did he say? He would do an 8-week program. And basically, it was just like a boys to men program, like teaching you how to be a man and just certain ins and outs of manhood and what that expects, like talking to women, how to groom yourself, just kind of trivial
the basics
things
that you need to be as a man. That shit is so. I feel like, especially Gen Z, that stuff's getting lost a lot.
Facts.
So like that stuff is very key. But go ahead.
Facts. No, yeah, but it was a eye opening experience, and like he had like a barber come in. He was like talking about the birds and the bees, like it was
That's
crazy.
so funny.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Like and like just looking back on it, it was so funny because like just imagine having to give that in like a group of boys, like he was like 1st to 6th, or it was like 4th and 6th grade, 4th through 6th grade.
That's a pivotal age.
And
too.
so
that's
he
a
was
pivotal age.
he like I just remember people was laughing and joking at that time, but at the end of the 8-week program, he was just like, "We gonna shoot a music video. If you interested in maybe dropping a verse or being featured on a song, then write a verse. You gonna showcase your verse. If I like it, you're gonna get on the song." So I wrote a verse. I think it was me and one other kid. We both wrote verses. And the other kid, he ended up actually going to the studio to record his verse. But I think something happened to where I wasn't able to go and record my verse. So I had just I was still on a song, like because we had performed it at like the end of the year program. Like we had like a party, and I performed it, but I wasn't able to be. Originally, I wasn't like a part of the actual song.
Gotcha.
And so it was some weird stuff that went down with the other kid, and so he ended up getting completely taken off the song. I think his mom didn't want him to like be on there or something.
Was he saying some crazy stuff?
Nah. Nah, he wasn't saying nothing crazy. He just I don't know. I think he didn't want to do it anymore or something. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, it was something weird, but he actually just ended up completely getting taken off the song, and so I ended up taking hit. And I think he didn't even write his verse. Actually,
someone wrote it for him.
They
were ghostwriting back then already, dude. He was Drake before Drake. That's crazy.
Yeah, he actually Mike X had wrote his verse, and then he just he had. I don't know how he got on the song. Actually, now I think about it, but yeah, I wrote my verse, and so I ended up taking his verse. And then getting my own verse. And then I actually didn't even end up recording my verse ever. Like, if you see the music video, it's called Mike X New Ruler on YouTube if you want to check it out. But I didn't end up recording my verse because he wanted to just keep the clip of me recording it or rapping it at the party.
Yeah.
And so and so I never got to record my actual verse, but I just recorded that first verse that you hear on that song.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that whole experience was so crazy because like that was, like I said, that was my first song I ever did. And then Mike X, he would kind of like just kind of pulled me into like this world that I ain't even know about, like you know, just rapping. Like we had did like a couple of free shows, like we did. I don't know if you familiar with the Black Family Reunion downtown.
No, I never heard of it before.
It's like a festival that they host downtown. Like I think it's near the end of summer.
Okay,
but it's like a big thing that they do downtown. A bunch of like black owned businesses and owners, like a lot of venues down there. But we had did that. It was probably like 2014. I was 11, but yeah, we had ended up doing that, and like you know, we had did like a couple other little shows, and I'm just like, man, like this crazy, like like everything. You know, we just kind of going around the city, just you know, doing shows, and I'm just like, yeah, this crazy.
That's
like,
and like as an 11-year-old, that's like an experience too.
Yeah, it's an
like,
experience.
It's crazy how like that small thing kind of now shifted to where you're at now, and it's like kind of a domino effect. Where, like if he didn't show up at the Boys and Girls Club, God knows what you're doing now, honestly. Facts. So like, it's I always think like stuff like that is always really funny because like if that dude wasn't in your life for that small amount of time, then like we wouldn't be right here talking. So like that stuff's always really cool to see.
Yeah, it probably would have played out a different way because I kind of always had like a niche for like entertainment. Like I used to love Chris Brown growing up, so like I was always watching like Chris Brown videos, like and I was actually dancing before I was rapping. Like I was on.
Can you still dance?
Team. Like I can bust a move, but I don't really be popping it like that for real.
We got to see. I need the FJE Doug video that's like Chris Brown dancing and shit like that. That'd be so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, me and my brothers like we used to post on YouTube like Hit Them Folks. You know back when that was big. Like we were just posting Hit Them Folks vids on YouTube, like really trying to blow up off of that. That's what we were doing like as kids. So that was like a big thing for us. But
hell yeah.
Yeah. I always like loved like just entertaining, I guess. Like, you know, just like I said, it started with dancing, but then it just kind of evolved to rapping.
Nice.
And so I just always just, you know, love like not necessarily being in the spotlight, but just kind of I guess you call it entertainment, but like I just
stuff like that.
Performing. Performing. I just really love that. So
nice, hell yeah, dude. So
just being creative too.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. So let me ask you this then. So has music always been like a big focal point? Like growing up was like, what kind of music was in the house when you were growing up? Like what was always like playing? Can you remember that type of stuff?
Definitely, music was a big part. My mom, I grew up with my mom, and then like that's where I kind of was exposed to music. But she was playing like, R&B.
I already know. Dog. Yeah. I already know. Yeah.
That 2000 R&B.
Yeah, like, that shit was hitting back in the day.
Like who was she playing? Just like Beyonce,
Fantasia, stuff like
that.
Fantasia, Usher, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Brandy. I feel like I was listening to someone talk about Brandy the other day too.
Like K Michelle. People like that. Like she was like just. That's where I kind of got that rhythm of like, cause I love R&B, and then like she ain't really exposed. I got exposed to 90s R&B like a little bit later. Yeah. But it was that 2000 R&B that really just kind of like I just flow with the vibe of that. And she she was playing like hip hop, and the radio was always on. Just hearing the hot singles that was out at that time. So but music was always like a big part. And then I used to have bad asthma, and so like I had like an asthma attack one time, and I actually somebody gifted me a CD player, like the one that you you can connect it to the headphones. It's like a Walkman, but like you put the CD.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I got one of those, and it had like a I don't know if you know Click by Big Sean. Yeah. I had that. Like it was like it was a mixed CD. And so it had like just a bunch of popular songs on there, but I was only listening to that one song on there.
Bro, Click was a crazy song.
Bro, I would be listening to that, like had that on repeat had a 3DS.
Yeah, bro.
I was
Oh
just-
my gosh. Oh my, bro, man, dude.
I'm just listening to that on repeat and like. And then once I actually got a phone, I was like actually able to, find music. Like
Yeah.
that's when it really started going
Yeah,
down.
I feel like once you one thing is like when you get your own phone, or like let's say you got your like my thing was an iPod back in the day. You got your own iPod, your own phone.
Yep.
You can really start making your own music, like playlists, your
Yeah.
own creative stuff. And then my big thing was like when I first got my license, that's when I really was like getting into music because like I could listen to my own music and shit like that. So it's like those little small things is like those like seeds of like, all right, R&B, the 2090s R&B, kind of planting the seeds for like music for farther down the road and stuff like that. So that's really
Facts.
cool. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So if that's an influence, like, so if R&B was a real big influential thing in you, and now you're doing rap, you got some like any current rappers or like, let's go back to that same age, right? So like, are there any rappers that you can really think of that helped you create your sound now, or just help you as an artist and form who you are right now?
Like I'm gonna say yes and no. Like yes because like as far as like inspiration and just kind of like a mindset of like kind of the messaging, like what do I want to talk about and like kind of what type of themes and perceptions that I want to have like in my music. Like I got a lot of inspirations from artists that I listen to, but as far as like I never wanted to sound like anybody. Like I want to be like super original. So like
Yeah.
everything when it comes to my own music, I try to create like a sound that I haven't heard before.
Yeah.
And so like I'm always looking to just do my own thing. Like I never as far as like stylistically, I never look at anybody and be like, okay, I want to approach it like them. Like I just want to approach it like me.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
be like I said, I draw inspiration from a lot of artists, but I want to be super original with how I'm approaching my own music.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool. Yeah, I always when I was a manager, I always told my team members there's probably 9 billion. I'd say 9 billion. I don't think they got an accurate count. There's 9 billion people in the world, but there's no one just like you. So use your uniqueness. That's like your superpower in the world. So like once you do that with music, you can't really. No one can. They can recreate the sound, but they can't do it just like you.
Right,
so like
right.
that. I think that's very key, and I would say I don't think anyone else makes music like you, and it's very unique. So you're definitely doing a good job of that for sure, dog. Could you name any artists that you can think of, like just maybe like one or two? They're like, oh damn, like their stuff like really helped me like grow as an artist.
I mean, my number one answer is always Kendrick and Cole, J. Cole. They like those. I kind of grew up on their music and like like I was kind of like a student of their music to say like that's those are like I hold their music in high regard.
No, for sure.
And,
You're doing it for such a long time too,
yeah.
at a high level.
Facts.
Like you can do it for a long time, but doing it at a high level. It's like LeBron. LeBron's doing it for
Facts.
22 years, and
Yeah.
he's still. I think he's averaged like 24, 8 and 8 this season at 40 years old.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of like my kind of mental outlook is kind of derives from like their perspective on the world through their music.
Yeah.
And like I feel like it helped me to like kind of mature in like my thinking in a sense. Because like I said in the artist breakdown, like I was listening to that every day on a bus ride to school. Like I'm listening to that's what I'm like. Once I really tapped into like that type of music and like I knew that was like my my favorite.
Yeah.
Like I was just listening to that and listening to 2014 Forest Hills Drive, Good Kid,
album.
Mad City.
Classic.
Those are two. Them like the classics.
Dude,
so
like-
them like the once I got a hold of those and like and I feel like you never the first listen like you got to keep listening just to really understand and kind of break down like some of the songs and like what they really talking about. Because I think I just learned like probably like some weeks ago, like I was watching a video on like it was breaking down like Good Kid, Mad City, and just like what like its actual like the story behind
the story's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I ain't even know that. But I'm hearing what he's saying and like how he talking about it. It's like, man, this shit deep. And like just how he able to conceptualize that whole album and making it to what it was. Like it's crazy. Like that's really one of the best albums like I ever heard.
And I always say a good album is like you can listen to it. I can come back to it 6-7 years down the road. and I'm still picking up stuff from it. Like, bro, how did I not pick this up 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That's just great. That's just great music.
Yeah.
So would you say that 2014 Forest Hill Drive is your favorite J. Cole album?
Ooh. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Cause dude, I ain't gonna lie, cause he
It
had
might
a run.
it might be For Your Eyes Only. That
Dude,
might be my
cause
favorite.
thank God, bro. I be trying to tell people like, cause do you remember the very last song when you realized he was talking from his homie's perspective?
Yeah.
It was such like a
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck? And the crazy thing was that he did. Born Sinner's a good album. His very first album, I'm not saying it's bad, but it doesn't compare to like Born Sinner 2014 and then For Your Eyes Only, because those albums are just like it's something else. Like For Your Eyes Only. For one, the songs there are really cool. There's maybe like one song on there I don't like, but that album is very deep.
For Your Eyes Only?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think. It's maybe that second interlude when he's talking about love or some shit like that. It's like right before. It's right after or before Folding Clothes. I love Folding Clothes. That song.
Okay, you talking like the part 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm falling in love for the first time. That song right there. Yeah.
That's he.
All right. I'm about to go back and listen. I was
gonna say like I feel like. Cause I was gonna say 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but I feel like For Your Eyes Only, no skips.
No, dude,
no skips.
And I think, and the crazy thing is, he went back-to-back albums with no features on them, and they were both classics.
Facts.
And like he didn't overdo it, and it's very tough to do an album with no features because, in my opinion, right, you need a lot of variety because, well, even then, I feel like 10 years ago, like the listeners' ears were different. Nowadays, it's got to be even more variety because people's attention spans are so short. But even back then, dog, like to do 12 to 15 songs with no features, you have to keep the listener engaged.
Facts.
And you to be able to do that back to back.
And it go platinum too.
Dog, like GOAT status, like for real. And then let me ask you, what's your favorite Kendrick album then?
Probably Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay, yeah, that's a classic album. Classic album for sure. That is dude, yeah, that album is so. Do you got a favorite song off there that you can think of?
I'm gonna go Sing About Me Down to Thirst, like
dog,
bro, when I tell you I probably gonna play that song like 100 times. Like that song hits so deep.
Great album. It's something about like I would love to see how they made those albums in the studio. Just like writing it, recording it, because you have to get the right vocal inflection to make sure it actually portrays to the listener in the right way. And that is they did it phenomenally. Yeah. Phenomenally. They did a great job. So speaking of albums, are you currently working on any albums? Because I was trying to go through your discography and make sure I did all my due diligence. I didn't see any albums on SoundCloud when I was looking on SoundCloud. I looked in the albums tab. There wasn't an album, but there were several songs that had the same cover art to them, and I didn't know that was an album or not.
So so I in 2020 I made a mixtape.
Okay, mixtape. It's a mixtape.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
And it was it's called FJE Forever.
Yeah.
And I did like it was just like a cause like 2018 is like when I really started taking music serious. So that was kind of like a compilation of songs that I had made through like from 2018 to 2020. Like all the songs I like, just kind of a compilation of songs that I felt good about and that I wanted to release. Because I feel like at that time I was really just kind of getting my feet wet and just kind of going to the studio, recording, writing, just kind of figuring out, going through the process. And so, and I feel like, I don't know, music, it was like fun, more fun back then. Because I feel like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I really just used music as like a, reliever, just kind of, and I was like, but also like at the same time, I was like perfecting the craft in the sense of, that's the only mixtape that I had, or like kind of project that I've done. I'm not currently working on anything. I'm really just trying to, like, where I'm at right now in my journey, I'm just really crafting, trying to find my sound and, experimenting. Just really trying to create that work ethic with the music, like, the recording process. And because I've been making beats too, so I'll be like I'll be in producer mode one week and then kind of
rapper mode next week.
So that's really what I've been doing. I'm hoping like I have like some concepts that I've been writing, just kind of cooking up some stuff, brainstorming, and so I'm hoping like probably within like the next year or two might drop like a project. Okay. But right now I'm really just crafting. I probably start dropping some singles.
Okay.
I've been promoting like just snippets on my social media.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
stuff I've been working on.
You know,
but,
Chris showed me some stuff. I'm like, Doug putting in work right now.
yeah,
Doug
yeah,
putting in
yeah,
work. 'Cause I ain't
so-
even on social media, so I ain't really seeing everything. But
Yeah.
Chris showed me some snippets. You putting in work, dog. I
for sure.
respect it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I respect
Yes,
it.
sir.
I want to go back to what you're saying about like just the beginning of music, like having fun, because I can definitely relate to that. Because like, there's something about that freedom of like not knowing what the fuck is going on, but like you're just going in there to record, and it's like I don't care what it sounds like. I'm just making music, and to me it sounds good. Like I'm not trying to make a concept. I'm just trying to just make some dope stuff. That freedom, I feel like it's so. I don't want to say it's tough to recreate. But the older that we get, the more that you really get into the craft, and it's more like, all right, I'm trying to perfect this now. It's not just a hobby anymore.
Yeah, it's not
games.
Because
I've been doing it now for 10 years. Yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years now. So like, I remember when I first started making music, I was like, we're gonna make a mixtape for fun. But now I'm like, I'm trying to make EPs and albums and stuff like that for like listeners to enjoy. So like, I'm not saying the fun got taken away from it, but just that like that freedom of just not knowing what the fuck is going on is like kind of gone from it, you know?
Yeah.
So like, are there any ways that you kind of try to recreate that feeling anyway in the studio or whenever you're trying to make a beat or write a song?
I think it's like I try to create it like mentally in my head.
Yeah.
Like, just like try not to take it so serious.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah, honestly.
And I really try not to take it so serious and just really just enjoy it. Just enjoy the process. Like and really just try to mentally be on that type of time and not worrying about like, oh, is this good or how people gonna think. Like, just try to really get as far away from all that as possible and just kind of enjoy this moment that I'm having creating this music and like doing something that I love and that I've wanted to do for so long. Like I literally had before I started even making music, I just was like, man, I was writing in my book, like, I had this one song that I had in my rap book. I'm like, it was actually my first song that I dropped. It was called that I actually went to the studio and recorded. Not after it was like my first solo song. It was called To the Top. Mm-hmm. And I had that song sitting in my book for like years. I was like, man, I'm trying to get in the studio. We're gonna I be talking to my uncle like, I'm gonna get you in there. Ooh, like, but yeah, once I and I would get on the bus to go to the studio that I go to. Yeah. And I'm just on there like that was probably some of the happiest times, like just being on that bus waiting to go.
Dog, that's that build up to the studio. Like I'm about to go to the studio, I'm about to record and stuff like that because like it's new. Yeah. And it's like I'm not saying we're callous to the process now, but like going to make a song in the studio is like, all right, I'm about to go to the studio. Let's go knock this out.
No, literally, because I have everything at my disposal to make a song right now, but it's like I'm not even as like thrilled about it. It's like I have everything that I've been wanting. I got used to it.
That's a big thing in life though, dog. Is like you just certain processes you get used to doing the process over and over and over, and you got to somehow reinvent the fun into it. But the main thing is like, are you still enjoying it and do you still love it? Yeah. I think at the basis of it, if you still love that, you're always gonna be able to find some fun in it. It's not always gonna be sunshine and rainbows. But if you still can go through the days where it's tough and you still love that shit, I think we got something good there, honestly.
Facts.
So dude, that's that creative feeling is like, I think that's a big thing in life, and I think people really struggle with that in general. Just like trying to find that happiness in the process, even though that you keep doing it. But at the same time, too, I think it's also finding the happiness inside the process at the same time. Yeah. Because like, I don't know how you feel when you make it. Like I don't make beats like that, but when I make a beat and it actually sounds good, I'm like that. I get so exuberant from that shit. I'm like, bro, because it's like putting a puzzle together. It's like, bro, you putting sound in the cool. And like, I talk to my homie Neem about this all the time. We make sounds that came from our head that no one else heard. And then we put into a computer and it comes out in speakers. And we're like, it comes out better than we even thought it would. And it's like, once you really break it down, it's kind of fucking crazy, bro. It's like some magic shit, honestly. It's like, it's wild.
And I think I heard someone said like one of the like truest essence of like being a man is like being able to curate something from like your brain and like be able to bring it to the world, or bring it to reality. I feel like, and that's like such a great feeling. Like, dog, that's probably one of the best feelings. Like you said, like like finishing a beat or finishing a song, like and you like at the end, it's like I be playing beats and songs like after I finish making like 10 times. Like,
bro, yeah, on God. That's the one of the best things about making music. You can listen to your own shit and be like, I did that.
You just keep listening to it, break it down, I don't like this, I like this, just keep listening to it. It's yours,
for sure. Hell yeah, dude, hell yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so FJE Doug, what current music are you listening to right now that gets you like hyped or just in a good creative space? You would say.
I'm really hip to you know Kenny Mason.
Yeah, bro,
Kenny
he,
Mason's
bro, he.
good.
I,
Kenny
I'm.
Mason,
You know what? I'm really glad he was a song hit. I'm
Yeah.
glad he was able to get past that because I was
Oh.
afraid. I'm like, bro, like he might just be a one hit wonder. But dude, he has so many different sounds, dude. He made like my boy Nima showed me like a rock song that he did. And I was like, holy
Nah, he's
shit,
stupid versatile.
bro,
Stupid versatile.
like that. And that's I think being an artist. Being versatile as an artist, like you said earlier, that's one of the key things to have. Like you don't want you don't want listeners just to get accustomed to one sound. Granted, I know Kanye's going through all this crazy stuff, but like up until I'll say every album, he's been able to reinvent himself. And the same thing with Kendrick. No album seems the same,
Right.
but at the same time, he's able to keep the listener. There's that base of like we know the artist as a person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they're able to reinvent themselves as a sound. So you said
Right.
Kenny Mason's one person that you can
Yeah.
listen to a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like it's like what you said, like being versatile, but also within being versatile, like being able to find your niches, like
Yeah,
within
yeah.
like you know you can like because I feel like Kenny Mason, he got like he can rap, he can give you bars, but then he can switch it and like rock star type and like real rock though. Like,
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's something that I really enjoy about his music. And like you said, like I had found Hit, and
That was pre-COVID.
that was pretty
That
cool.
was like right
And
before COVID.
Yeah, and it just kept popping up on my Instagram feed. He was throwing up crazy.
Bro, yeah, that
And,
song was fire.
Yeah, it was fire. And I just found out about him. And then every album that I listen to is heat about him. And so that's somebody. I listen to a lot of Doo-Wop Kane,
Okay, all right.
Pierre Bourne. Like
Pierre's nice.
a lot of people know about him on the producing side, but
He raps.
Yeah, he rap. And
He's nice.
He got some heat. And so I be listening to that a lot.
I know you said Glorilla was one of like your favorite female rappers right now. She has a song. There's this white chick. Her name is Georgia, I think. Something like that.
Yeah,
bro. I didn't know that Glorilla jumped on the remix for that shit,
yeah,
bro. Dog, she said, I like my niggas medium ugly and brown skin, bro. I was crying fucking laughing when I heard that shit,
that was
bro.
going viral. Yeah, Georgiana, she hard too.
That's her name, Georgiana.
Yeah.
Bro, people don't like her. I actually like Georgiana, bro.
She hard.
Like,
She hard.
I actually like her music. Like,
Yeah.
I remember I started listening to music.
I feel like
was
it's just because like she a white girl, so if I, once we get over that, it's like
She can
it's
rap.
hard. Like,
She can rap.
Yeah, she
She
can
can
rap.
rap.
She got bars too.
No, she got bars, but she's nice. She's I'm glad she's actually like popping a little bit now because I remember I heard a song like 2-3 months ago and I was like, not bad.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens from this. But no, she's a really dope artist. So back to like artists that you're listening to now. Are there any like big artists? Let's exclude Kendrick and Cole because they'll probably be your first answer for this. Are there any artists that like if you were just had like any like you had freedom to do whatever you want for your album? What are some artists that you will or artists or producers that you would like to work with on like your perfect album?
Dang, who would I like to work with?
It's a tough question, I know.
Yeah,
Because it's always just like, dude, there's so many fucking artists I love to work with and like producers.
I would definitely want to work with I don't know, K Tronada.
Yeah.
I would want to work with him. That'd be
fire.
hard. That'd be
fire.
hard. Yeah, him on the producing side. Who else? I don't know.
I can see you and Logic doing a song together.
That'd be dope.
That'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be dope. Yeah, that'd be dope.
You and Childish Gambino. I think you and Childish on track would be crazy.
That'd be
no
heat
cap.
too.
That'd be fire.
Dang, I can't think. I can't really think.
Now, it's not something that like I don't expect people to just like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm always thinking about this.
Yeah, cause like you said, I want to go with like Kenny Mason. Definitely, I definitely want to work with him.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, cause I want to put like Cincinnati artists on like local artists, like people in the city.
Yeah,
that's what I'd be thinking about. But yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's think on this topic of Cincinnati. You grew up. You said in the Q&A it was Bond Hill. What are some like key like core memories that you can think of like in Bond Hill, like Cincinnati, that like other people wouldn't really experience anywhere else in the country?
I mean, no, for real. It's just
Now you're gonna say Skyline Chili?
Shoot.
The greatest food. Like that's not the greatest food spot of all time. It's pretty good, but
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was pretty. normal. I mean,
in the sense of
yeah,
as normal as normal can get. Yeah.
Yeah, we wasn't really, like I said, me and my brothers, um, I was kind of, I really loved like kind of videography and like doing YouTube and stuff like that. Like when I was younger, so I would always be like posting videos, and that was kind of like a big thing for me coming up in Bond Hill. Yeah, just doing, we did a couple skits, just just messing around with that, and doing like that was something that I really liked at the time. So that was like a big hobby for me. Make dancing, doing videos, gaming, like we just doing regular things. And yeah, we just hooping.
Yeah,
and,
normal kid shit.
Yeah. Like we wasn't really doing nothing too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you still here with us, so there's nothing too crazy that's going on. So
yeah. So yeah, we it wasn't really nothing too out in the ordinary that we kind of getting into.
Yeah. Now, do you think Cincinnati is gonna be somewhere that you stay the rest of your life, or like is there anywhere else that you want to?
No, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of have been something I've been thinking about as of late. I originally I was fine with staying in Cincinnati, like but as I grew in my thinking, it was just like definitely want to like live somewhere else for a while. At least,
sure.
If not, probably live somewhere for probably I'm thinking like probably 25 is like a good age to move, and then maybe come back and but just to go out and experience like living in a different state, or even if I might live abroad for like a few years or something like that. I think that'd be something cool. So definitely want to just get out and
for sure. You have any cities or anything that you can think off the top of your head?
Not for real. My family, my dad's side of the family is from Virginia. So I'll probably out there. Like my dad's from Portsmouth, Virginia. So
okay.
Probably somewhere out there.
Like Virginia's not bad.
On the coast.
No, somewhere. East Coast, dude. East Coast and Midwest is so different, dude. Because it's like, especially the people. Because I grew up in PA for a little bit, and I always go back to Philly to record. And it's like, for one, the bitches in Philly are top. I love Philly bitches. Like Cincinnati chicks, fire. But there's something about Philly chicks, bro, A1. But it's also just like that hustle culture, and just like they're a little brash out there. I ain't gonna lie. They're a lot friendlier out here. They're friendly in the South too, but there's something about that Midwest friendliness. And I always say, like, if you want to like build a family and stuff out, if you want to build a family, the Midwest is where you want to be at, because it's like there's nothing like Cincinnati, dog. Because I went to Houston and Atlanta because I wanted to move like a couple years ago, and I went to Houston and I was like, this ain't really me. Then I went to Atlanta and I was like, it's definitely not me. I came back and I was like, bro, I really like this city a lot, bro. And it's once you get out and travel and you realize there's more stuff out there, for one, you got to make sure you experience that stuff and see if you actually do like it and if you don't like it. But also, too, you come back home and you grow a new appreciation for what you have here, because you don't know what you have until it's gone. Right. Or you go somewhere else and you see you don't have it the same way. Yeah. So definitely get out and travel, dog. Definitely get out and travel. Is there any like cities abroad that you would actually, if you were touring, right? Is there any like European, like Asian countries that you really want to hit on tour that you can think of?
I definitely want to go to like Japan, like Tokyo. Definitely,
bro.
Definitely.
Japan would be crazy,
definitely.
dude.
I honestly would probably want to live out there, like
bro.
Everything I hear about it, and then just like anime.
Bro.
Like definitely.
No, for sure.
That would be hard, and like China too. That would be heat. I've been seeing like Speed been out there, like
bro. I thought he shaved his head, bro. Now it's a bald cap, bro. Jesus Christ, dude.
Bro, he been out there going crazy, and it's like it's heat though.
Yeah, he's from Cincy too, which is crazy as fuck. He's from Cincy. Shout out to Speed, dude. I love to talk to the kid. He's
that would be heat.
He seems really funny. I like how he's grown as a person too.
No, definitely. I always be thinking about that too. Like how he's evolved like online as an online presence. Like,
when I first saw him, I was like, who is this kid, bro? Yeah, dead ass. But then, like, he got a little bit, I'm like, bro, he's young as fuck. Yeah, he got a little bit older. Yeah. He went through some shit. I remember I was watching a live with him, and they said some people were going to pull up on him. And I don't know if that was maybe clicked in his head where he kind of had to move different. But I know if that was me. It's like, for one, I don't think I can stay in Cincy like that anymore. If I do, you got to move a little bit different. But shout out to Speed, dude. Yeah, for sure. Japan's cool. Have you ever seen some of the stuff like in northern Japan and stuff like that, like the countryside?
I think like I've seen like videos. Like, I definitely want to do like some like more spiritual stuff there. Like see what that's talking about. That would be dope. I've seen like just from movies and just what you see online and stuff. I've seen like some good stuff.
Japan's seen the I follow this lady on Instagram. She lives on the countryside of Japan, it seems mad chill, dude. Like not like mad fucking chill. Like the country in America's chill, but like dog, it's just something about that. I think because it's different. It seems
it's
it seems
different,
real cool. So yeah, dude, hell yeah. So Doug, is there any projects? I know you started working on new music. Is there anything that we can look for on the way?
Well, I'm probably gonna drop a song probably like this upcoming week or probably in the next couple of weeks. It's called Next Up.
Okay.
And I was working on that last week, and it's more of like a kind of like a Christian rap type of song.
Yeah.
Like really praising God in that song, and I try to like come a little different on that one. So
Yeah.
I released a snippet on my social. People was messing with it, so
Yeah.
that's something that you probably expect dropping soon.
Cool.
I got so many songs that I'm working on. But it's like just
I already know, dog. He's like, you got so many different ideas.
Yeah, so
I love when artists like, I have 1,000 songs in the vault. Actually, 10 of them are done. The rest of them are just ideas. I promise you. I'm an artist. I know what it's like. If you go on my FL, I have over 200 songs that are just ideas.
Facts.
I never went back to them. I want to touch on faith real quick. Is that something that you really want to portray in your songs? Is that something that you touch on a lot, you would say?
Yeah, definitely. Like especially like when I was first like really coming into my own as an artist, like a lot of people would ask me like when I was at school and some of my teachers would be like, are you a Christian rapper? I'm
Toby
like,
Mac over here.
I'm like, nah, like I'm not a Christian rapper. But then like really going back and listening to what I was talking about, like you would definitely think I was a Christian rapper because just like I'm really like I'm not like probably every other line was like a God reference, but it was also just like I was very light, like I didn't cuss or anything, like starting out.
You barely. I don't think you cursed during this whole podcast at all. So you might be a Christian rapper, dude.
Like and I'm actually the more I learn about like Christian rap, it's like Christian rap is becoming a lot more prevalent.
Yeah, I feel Lecrae really pushed it because when I was coming up, it was Toby Mac. And I'm not saying Toby Mac was bad, but it wasn't on the level of Lecrae because Lecrae is like, I can put this on at a party and no one's gonna kind of like side eye why is this on right now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I feel like so like I always like growing up like I said like people would ask me what I Christian rap. I'm like nah, like I ain't. And it's not that I didn't like that I didn't want to be put in a box like I'm this type of rapper, but it's like like I just want to be a rapper still, but it's like I want to make music that like glorifies my faith and like glorifies God and
you're doing it your own way. I think too. It's like I always say everyone's relationship with God is different, so that's how you feel like you're gonna praise Him. Go ahead and do that shit, dog. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like you don't have to like I don't like you can still praise Him. Like I mean I'm still like growing in my faith and like what's really acceptable and stuff like that. But I feel like you can still be you and talk about stuff that you talk about your life and your experiences. But then tie that all back to God. You can definitely do that on your tracks, and that's like something that I'm definitely trying to do.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And just make it like I want my music to be anybody can listen to. I don't want anybody to feel like I can't listen to this or it's too wild for me. So I definitely want to like have a like be able to come across anybody with like my music and people actually feel it and they don't gotta mess with it, but you can
at least respect it.
Yeah, respect it.
Yeah, that's my big thing. You don't have to like it, just respect it. Because a lot of work goes into it.
Facts.
And there's some people that are definitely going to appreciate that because I don't know, I feel like if you just being able to touch on your faith, a lot of people can relate to that too. And it's like you touching on certain things that you go through with people with the same faith. They'll be like, oh, I can really relate to this artist now and just be like, have a deeper connection with him. So yeah, dude, that's really dope. I like that.
I feel like Kendrick does it very well.
Yeah, bro, like, Kendrick, one of my favorite lines from him was off of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He was talking about like, I can go outside and breathe in the air and look at the trees and like God's right there. And I was like, dude, that's really dope. That's a really dope way of looking at that because like, I started thinking about it, I was like, yo, God is really everywhere if you really start thinking about it. Because, like, even then I was talking to someone, we were at a party 2 weeks ago. Or no, it was a week ago. And I was talking about them. I was like, for the longest time, I was like, yo, is, like, God real? But then, like, I really started thinking about it. I say, there's a sun, and we're on this planet that's in the right spot where it don't get too hot, it don't get too cold. And then at nighttime, you can see a million, billion other stars that are light years away from you. And then we're also people too, that we can communicate on a certain level and understand emotions and stuff like that.
And like, how is it that we can like no other living
creatures
can do
and
that.
live with them.
Right.
I'm like, that's all the evidence I need to see right there.
Facts.
So like, yeah, dude, it's faith's one of those things. I think people, for one, they're always trying to find something in it, but also two, I feel like if there's someone else that they can relate to it in their own faith, that's always gonna be dope, man.
Yeah.
So hell yeah, dude, hell yeah. Well, y'all, this has been FJE Doug. Doug, where can they find you at?
You can find me on anywhere, FJE Doug, Instagram, YouTube, the FJE Society. If you want to listen to my beats, you can find Freedom Land Beats on YouTube. FJE_Doug on Instagram. Snapchat is Doug FJE. But FJE Doug, you can pretty much find me anywhere. So tap in, check me out.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. This has been another ill conversation with FJE Doug. Doug, I appreciate you pulling up. Great conversation, man.
Thank you, bro.
Take it easy.
You.
Yes, sir. That was a good podcast.
Yeah, hold on. FJE. Hold on. Yeah. So through, you really not getting to